Good
I
morning. Good morning.
I know this is a surprise for viewers. It's like Adam and Anthea on the Tuesday. I'm sure you're meant to be Thursdays. No,
Absolutely.
this is yes, no, Warriors of Attraction. Was supposed to be Thursday nights, but I ended up hitting rock bottom. So I'm here. I bounced back. Ready to kick ass.
This is what I love. This is what I love about us humans. We go through this mental crazy state and we don't know which way to turn, and all we see is these brick walls everywhere. And then somehow or another we're able to realign ourselves, I suppose is the right way to say it, to realign, to bring ourselves back to center and remember what we're here to do.
Exactly.
And it's like, no, let's get a snap out of this. But sometimes I must say, I do appreciate being on a downer. I actually appreciate it because it's actually, it helps me recenter, refocus, and actually really appreciate my life. Because sometimes without those downers, you can just keep going and not really stop to appreciate what you actually have and who you are, what you're about, what you're here to do. You can lose that focus, right?
Yeah. It seems we're losing Anthea already, 2 minutes into it.
Am I back?
So, yep. You freezing? No, are you there?
I'm there. I'm here. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Wow, you must be from the future because you were talking, but your lips weren't moving.
Brilliant. I love that.
Yes. You must be from the future. But to all the viewers that are tuning in or on the replay, please hit the subscribe. We need the subscribers on YouTube and hit the bell for notifications. I don't know what the bell's all about. I ain't got a clue. And yeah, follow us on Facebook at the Mental Health Warriors. Now, for people that ain't got a clue why we're live, now you do. We're going to talk about the insights into 2022. So better late than never. Happy New Year, Anthea.
Happy New Year, Adam. Happy New Year to both of us. Yeah, we want to speak about the insights, about setting intentions, goals, because we probably both know, Adam, and we probably know that a lot of people on the 1st of January set their intentions or set their goals or set their New Year's resolutions as such, and probably have given up already.
Yeah, see, in my view of all that, I believe, because obviously we know that most of us drink over the Christmas period and New Year's Eve, they drink even more. So when they're setting those goals and intentions, it's not the person actually saying that, it's the alcohol.
Wow. See, I'm not an alcohol drinker, so I mean, I understand that.
Yeah.
But that's quite an insight, really, because I never looked at it like that. I never really thought about it like that. But you're right. They wake up and they're like, right.
I may be wrong.
But I suppose not for everybody. I suppose it's something that is a higher chance of happening over that period of time, is what you're saying, right? And I know we spoke before to say we don't believe. Is it you that we did? It wasn't me and you that had this conversation about New Year's Eve and setting. I can't think what it's called now. 1st of January. I just said it. Setting the New Year intentions. Let's say.
Yeah.
How many people will? No, we don't really believe in doing that on the 1st of January. At the end of the day, any time is a good time to set a new goal or set a new intention in life. It shouldn't wait till the 1st of January for it to happen. Because, it could be a long time away. Like 1st of January now, we've got a whole 12 months to get there. So if you're thinking, I'm going to wait for my New Year's resolution to be next year, then you're going to waste the whole year of your life, which it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So is there anything you'd like to start off with, Adam, to say about starting setting intentions and goal setting?
Well, I did actually say back in December on the Christmas episode with, I think it was Caroline, that I wanted to have less meltdowns, less breakdowns. Well, that's not got off to a good start. But it just shows mental health can affect anyone at any time. That's how unpredictable it is. But I think that's exactly what it is. To try and have less breakdowns, but also another one is to, like I've already said, that the Mental Health Warriors, I want it to reach by New Year's Day next year, 5,000 followers.
Done. That's happening. 100%. 100%. But you're saying like, it didn't start off very well, but look at the difference, Adam. I know from knowing you for a number of years now.
Yeah.
From when you would feel like that previously, let's say 3 years ago, it would have lasted longer.
Yeah.
So I think because you have that in you and that intention to be able to get through it, past it, and on the other side of it, and you do have that, you've really got that thing in you where you really want to make a difference. And because you have that in you, you're able to talk to yourself. And like I see, you went live. I mean, you know what? That is such a big and brave thing to do in going through adversity, Adam. I must say, honestly, because you're bringing your authentic self to the table to say, this is how I feel. This is what I'm going through at the moment. Yes, I am the mental health warrior. And yes, I'm here to inspire, empower. But this is part of inspiring and empowering, because when people can see that authenticness, then it they can relate and they can see, and then they see you sitting here right now. And I'm not going to say, and you probably can't say you're fully into the best place possible, because it is a time thing.
Yeah.
And you're probably feeling okay now. You're feeling good. Maybe later you might feel not so great again. But I definitely have seen that you don't stay there for as long as you used to stay there. And you have got a willingness and that eagerness within you to be able to go past it. And I think that's what really the key in life is to intending yourself to, it's not that you don't want more breakdowns or feel that way, because you do. Obviously you're intending to feel better most of the time. However, it's more to do with when it does happen, how long am I going to stay here for? And am I going to give up everything I've created? And the fact that you've created this now, this Mental Health Warriors, actually is an amazing thing for you, because you'll always have in the back of your mind, if I walk away, what happens to this?
Yeah, and obviously, hi Andrea, hope you're well, all the way from America. Now, for people that actually don't know what video Anthea's talking about, now, obviously, I didn't make it public. I only did it in the Mental Health Warriors private group, where obviously there was no green screen. I didn't have my glasses on. My hair looked like I went backwards in a had a fight with a lawnmower or something. I don't know. But that's it was. I'm not always like this. I came across raw, as they see it, the real me. And did I bring tears down that podcast? Yes, I did a couple of times. But I'm glad I did that, because that just shows strength.
I'm glad you did as well. I'm really glad you did. Like, it's heartwarming. Not that you're experiencing that, but it's heartwarming to know that you've showed up.
Yeah.
And that shows straight away that you don't want to give up. You do want to continue. And there is life for you, and that you want to keep going. And I think, if we could all take that stance in life, whether it's 2022, 2023, whatever the year is, I don't think that really matters. I just think in general in life, if we're always gonna I don't want to say always. There's going to be times where we feel this way, where we where we really do want to just quit because it's all too much.
Yeah.
But I think what is the most powerful part is that you have built something so corrects me if I'm wrong, but helps you have a purpose, to feel that purpose and to be able to show up, whether you're feeling good, whether you're feeling not so good. And you said that was that, you just said that was basically the authentic you, but this is the authentic you too, Adam. It's every part of it, because every moment we can feel different in every moment, right?
Yeah, exactly. And this is why I mentioned the word, which even Caroline picked up on, what I said in that live, identity.
Identity, yes. I love that word.
Yeah, because not many people know their own identity, and they've always got that mask on. And I know that from experience. I bet you do as well.
I do indeed.
And this is why we do what we do.
Absolutely. And it's interesting you used the word identity, because I'd had a conversation last night about letting go of the old identity of how you see yourself to be, right? So I'm working with somebody called Matthew, and I opened up to let him know things that have been going on in my life, just because he's my business partner and I wanted him to kind of know where I'm at. And it's not that I'm, it was more to do not with just where I'm at, just what's going on around. So I kind of had this consciousness in me to say, if I'm not showing up as much as you would like me to show up, this is the only reason, this is why. But and he said to me, while we were talking, he was like, you need to, what it is you're identifying yourself with the old self. You've now become and flourished into something new, but you keep, in my mind, in my subconscious, it keeps going back to who I used to be, the struggle, the hardship, and actually I'm not there anymore, but I keep identifying myself as that person and haven't learned just yet how to completely let go of that person and tell that conversation. I have felt so different and seen myself to be like a light to the world since that conversation, because I started to identify myself with everything and everywhere and who I've become, not who I was. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that's why, because people picked up on this, every time they talk to me, giving me these insights, questions come to me, a very broad questions. And I've got to ask, now I know I've already asked you about the law of attraction, what it means to you, but so far, what has being part of the Mental Health Warriors taught you?
Oh, wow. I've heard some profound conversations on here.
Oh, yeah.
And I think one of the best ones for me was it was the National Men's Day.
Yes.
Yes. And that one for me, I absolutely loved it, because it brought what I learned about males at that time, how they were all just expressing in such a beautiful way, just so easily, and expressing how a man goes through certain things and how they're taught not to be able to cry or show up with this strong stigma about them and all this kind of like macho stuff, when actually they showed up and they were just being a human, not a male, not a female, just showing an emotional, mental side that actually everyone could relate to. And it's taught me to be just relax, Anthea, like honestly relax. It's really taught me to be able to open up a lot more and to feel that I can open up a lot more, because especially when it comes to my personal life, I'm very closed off. Like a lot of, you don't, on my social media, it's very rare you'll see anything to do with me in my actual personal life. But it's taught me that it's okay to share where you're at. You know, it's okay not to be okay. And I think that's probably the biggest thing. It's okay not to be okay, because of the work that I've always done and always aspired to do and continue to do. I always felt that I had to show up with this, you know, this mask, as you said, you know, and I couldn't really show what was happening deep within me. And now I've realized that actually it's not a bad thing to, just because I coach people, it doesn't mean that I'm going to be this solid, you know, solid stone standing there that is never going to be able to crack in any way, shape or form. It's okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to not to feel like things are not going my way and things are crumbling around me, or I'm building things, or which way around it goes. It's okay. And you know, I can honestly say, just a few months ago, like what you know you experienced the other day, I had the same, where I just had enough. And I didn't want to live, Adam. I don't want to do this anymore. And I really was crying and screaming, I don't want to do this. And I didn't stop to really think about everything. It was just that thing in that moment, in those moments or hours, shall I say, where I was just like, I didn't feel wanted. I didn't feel secure. I didn't feel valued. And that was just me feeling like that about myself, you know?
That's your mind that's telling you that.
That's my mind and my subconscious and so much. And, you know, we're always on this healing process, but it doesn't mean that because I do what I do, I'm 100% healed. So these things subconsciously from childhood, from my inner child, comes to me still and can haunt me in that sense, right? And this is what the Mental Health Warriors has taught me, that that's okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. Yeah, I love it. I do. I love it. And I think I know it's that podcast where it was me, Steve Knapp, Scott Carson, and Paul.
That's right. That's right.
One, yeah.
That's right. I love that. I absolutely love that. Yeah, that really that opened my eyes to a lot, actually. So yeah, the Mental Health Warriors is what I mean. I love the platform. I love what everyone does here. Every single one of the warriors that turn up, and what they do is actually profound and making a huge difference. So yeah. So what's your intentions what's your daily intentions, Adam? What would you like to see? What I'm going to ask you emotionally, what's your intentions emotionally daily? If that makes sense.
I'd say to keep waking up and getting on with my day. And consciously be grateful from it. Acknowledge it. Because like I said in my life as well, I mentioned 3 words which people really need to tap into, and that is acknowledge, accept, and respect.
Powerful, huh?
Yes.
Absolutely, yes. Adam.
Yeah.
When you can acknowledge yourself, you can acknowledge really what's really there, and that comes into appreciation and gratefulness, that acknowledgement, right? The respect, and respect yourself, you know. Respect your being here. And again, that goes into the respect, goes into appreciation, gratefulness, and thankfulness.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I respect that massively for you to bring that forward like that. And I think another one would be to be aware of yourself. You know, how are you showing up? What things are you saying? As in kindness. I think, you know, being kind to people is huge. You know, I always try and say thank you as many times as I can. Like, as in, I'm very aware. If I don't say thank you, it's like I want to. If I didn't say, it's like I want to shout back out. I mean, thank you. I want to say, but I'm always saying thank you. And I think, you know, I'm thanking my being. I'm thanking the other being around me. I'm just thanking for who I am, where I am, the world around me, the world at large as such. Like, you know, it's like, thank you for my drink, or thank you for my phone, or thank you for my car. And so it's not just the appreciation, it's the thankfulness too, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's a very fine line between the two, but they're such on both, but they're both on that love vibe level where you feel good when you say it. So, any goals, anything that you would like to
goals, right? Is that just in general or with myself?
I want to say with yourself first of all. Let's start there.
Oh, throw me with the sharks, why don't you?
Absolutely.
I would say just keep going with what I'm doing. Keep growing, and like I've got a fabulous support network around me. And yeah, just take things day by day, slow and steady. There's no need to rush things. There's just no. And yeah, now obviously we know that I've got so many battles coming up with me, but I'm not fighting. I'm just taking it one by one, and I'm loving it. From fighting in court to homeschooling two autistic kids, to dealing with the warriors, dealing with the courses I'm dealing with. Yeah.
And your goals are to do that all with ease as much as possible.
Yeah.
Does that sound like about right in what you're saying? Try and just relax. And it's, you know what, Adam, you said earlier on, we didn't speak about it, but you said, you know, what does law of attraction mean to me? And that you were spoken about that before. But just on what you said, what came to my mind was everything will manifest to what you've asked for. And so there's no need to rush. There's no need to push. This life is manifestation. It's a whole big manifestation. That's what it is. Everything right here, right now, is a manifestation. We had spoken about something. We were going to do it on Thursday. It didn't manifest into our reality on Thursday, but here it is on Tuesday manifesting. We're speaking about what we said we're going to speak about. So it's a constant manifestation, right?
It is. Yeah,
so
as Kerry Burke keeps saying, law of attraction never stops.
It's
there continuously. And speaking of that, I actually was talking to my son Lucas yesterday, and he was so negative minded. He was giving off all that negative energy. And I'm like, okay, then, right, here we go. And like you were saying, oh, I'm hated. I feel stupid. I'm like, right, okay, let's go off that then. Now look for the opposite. And they said, oh, I don't want to do that. I'm like, right, okay then. I'm like, what's the opposite to sad? He went, joy. I'm like, do you know what you've just done there, Lucas? He went, oh, law of attraction. Duh. I'm like, yeah, exactly. Because that's what it is. And I went, yeah, you've just done law of attraction. You didn't even know you were doing it.
This is the thing, isn't it? It's, you know, because everything is a manifestation, it's that in that moment, what you've done is helped him switch over from that, from manifesting sadness to putting his attention onto joy. And then the universe can deliver to you more joy. It's like everything we think, everything we speak, everything we feel is always going to be coming back to us continuously. So
exactly.
Yeah, when we're speaking to people, if somebody's speaking about themselves, and you're so right to be able to switch. I'm not, nothing's right and nothing's wrong. I don't want to say you're right or wrong, but you know, I respect how you handled that and what you said to him at the end of the day. Because if they can eventually just keep flipping it over and have those and have the negative feelings and thoughts more short-lived, then their life will flourish with the law of attractions, you know, natural attraction, what happens, they're going to be able to live a more fulfilling life, shall we say? Like,
yeah,
right. So, and like we said, it's okay not to be okay, and it's okay to, like, I remember when I first heard about the feel crap, because I was so scared that something bad was going to happen. I was like, but if I feel like this and it brings it to me, then what? I'm going to get crap. And so I was scared to even feel and think in that way, until I understood that I'm in control of this. I'm a creator, and even if whatever happens, I can bounce over it and I can get through it. And actually, it's all experiences. But I remember being really frightened to feel any other way other than positive, like literally.
Yeah, well, I think what made him click and to actually start cooperating with what I was saying is because I was saying that, did you actually know, because you're being homeschooled, comparing to the two schools you was at, them kids are not learning about the law of attraction.
No.
They're not. And that's a downfall, but you and Tegan are. But that just shows in that area, you are actually better than those kids when it comes to tapping in your mindset.
Absolutely. And at such a young age, to be able to teach him that is profound, Adam. I've said this to you. Like, man, if every kid understood the way their thoughts were and their emotions and what comes from that, and how they can clear anything that is in them, because, we have belief systems, not just from our world today as who we are right now. It comes from our ancestors, and it's transferred over to us energetically, and we carry. That's why so many people you see families live the same cycle over and over again, until someone comes along and breaks that cycle, consciously breaks that cycle, and says, no more, I want my generations to come to live different to this. Then a lot of us have to experience the same cycle. And then people wonder, well, how did I end up? You hear people, I'm like my mother, I'm like my father, I'm like my granddad, or, I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing, but there's, it could be that there's been lots of poverty in a family for years and years and years. And the only reason that poverty has continued is because of the energetic transfer that happens within us from our ancestors, from there, from the tree all the way down type of thing. So to be able to implement into your children from now, for them to have that awareness and that understanding, and to be able to implement tools and techniques daily, to like exactly what you've just done with him. Like, what's the opposite of sadness? And he said joy, so that's a technique to be able to use when he can stop and say, wow,
exactly,
this is how I'm feeling, but how would I prefer to feel? What would make my moment right now feel good? And that is amazing that you're doing that with them. Like, honestly, so cool. So cool.
I know, exactly. And hello, Melissa Christie, and Aussie lass is here. So another warrior, shall I say?
Hi.
Yeah, Melissa, would you be able to message the warriors, say that we're on? That'd be great, because it'd be good if Caroline tuned in. But yeah, I was saying to Lucas that, did you actually know, when you're putting something out into the universe, in the future life, it'll come back even more, whether it's positive or negative?
That's so cool for it to teach him that. It is so cool. It's such I think, like you said, it's not taught in schools. The schools will teach you how to regurgitate history and just like literally just whatever they teach. I don't even know. It's so boring. But most of it is
program.
What's that?
The indoctrination program. Let's not get into that.
Oh dear. Look, if they were to have a personal development every morning and to explain to a child from the age of 5 years old or 4 years old, and sit down and show them, and you know, I do know, actually, I have heard, and I think it's probably more America, where they do teach them meditation and they teach them mindfulness. Yeah, and I think that's so cool. And hopefully that does come over into the UK. Hopefully we can bring our children to that space to understand and be aware of themselves, because it will, you know, it does bring a better world, a much better world, because you won't have so many people going out and doing crime because, you know, the reason they're doing it is a cry for help. You know, they feel they don't have enough. They feel that they need to hurt other people to be able to get what they want. I mean, and how many people have you come across that will try and hurt another human being mentally and with their words, to say stuff to them, to try and break them down just because they're hurting, but they put it out to the other person, and because they're going through that, they want to make you feel like it's you and you're the problem. But actually, and this is a massive thing in the world, and you know how many people do that and try and break another person down. But actually, if people understood themselves, they wouldn't need to go down that road, which means that they wouldn't be hurting other people mentally, emotionally, or physically even. They wouldn't be going out and, you know, doing the crime of, or turning to hardcore drugs, and not, you know, because they want to numb themselves from pain. Yes, I mean, it's such a simple thing, Adam, about understanding ourselves, right?
Well,
but yet it's hidden.
I think we always look for the easy way out.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah, the easy option. And really, no, it's not really that good. It's not.
No,
because it always comes and bites you on the ass.
And it will, yeah, absolutely. He'll bite you on the bum. It's a big, it's that shark, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, like, look, I was just gonna say about intentions, setting intentions. One thing that I learned quite probably early last year, actually, early at the beginning of 2021, when it comes to intention setting, was it wasn't a big thing that to set your intentions for. It was more like when I leave the house, let's say an example, and I get in the car, my intention is to have a nice, easy drive.
Yeah.
Right? My intention is to have all green lights and be able to get to my destination with ease, right? Like, and I will intend that, especially when I drive to London, because I'm in Essex. So it's about an hour drive, or Hertfordshire, sorry, where my family lives. So when I take that drive, I get in the car and I intend to have the sun shining, or be able to get there in dry, I'll say dry weather. Does that make sense? I'm trying to think of how I would say it to myself. But anyway, so it's not raining, but I don't use the word rain, because if I use the word rain, to me, I'm bringing that to me. So my intention is, when I have a phone call with somebody, I always set I don't always, but I'm trying to be aware to set my intention to say the phone call, I would like it to be uplifting, empowering, inspiring. You know, I ask, what can I do today to make a difference? So my intentions are always to have that better feeling, mindful day ahead of me. So no matter what I'm doing throughout my day, I like to intend that it's going to be this way, or intend it to be that way, rather than just going out into the world blindly and just thinking, oh, whatever happens, happens. I'd like to have my intentions for that day, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, it's not.
Well, one of your intentions did say you were going to come up here. So
yes, you're very right. You're very right, and I will come up there. Absolutely. I'm probably going to go and pick up my son in April. I know you're going away in March, aren't you?
Yes.
but I'm probably going to be picking up my son in April because he should have time out from uni, and he's up north. So what I'm thinking is to do, kill two birds with one stone, come and see you, spend a couple of days up your way, and then go and get my son, or even get my son and maybe come and spend a couple of days. Maybe that would be a good idea.
Anything's possible.
Either which way round, we have said from late last year, that the intention was to come up to there. So that's what's going to happen.
There you go. That's it. It's out in the universe now. So
it's out there. You're going to see me sitting next to Adam going, "Hi, everyone, I'm here."
We'll do a live.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good way to have a day play out with intention setting.
So there's one thing I've never asked anyone. Now, what has 2021 taught you to compare to what's your intentions for this year?
It's taught me.
Now who's it with the sharks?
And do you know what? What wants to come out of my mouth is actually quite negative. However, it's going to come across like that, but at the same time, there's big lessons in it. I have, honestly, and this is my hand on my heart, I've learned not to listen to people's words towards me. So this 2021 was a lot said to me that I thought was coming from a good place, and has turned out not to be that way. So it opened my eyes to really listen to and watch, not just listen, to hear people and watch people's actions. It taught me so much about people and how they bring themselves forward in a certain way and then show something completely different. And that was probably because the past few months of my life, I've seen a lot of that. But again, I'm not blaming, and it's a big learning lesson. And it's always to say that the universe is bringing me also where my attention's at. So it really has this fine line of being very aware of other people and what their intentions are really at, not just what's being said, and where is my attention to be bringing that to me, what's going on in me to bring that around me in the first place. So I really learned that there's still so much in me that I need to clear that I wasn't aware of. I learned to just be self-sufficient, not to really rely on other people's words and actions for anything. You always think that you want to look at people, and I always see the best. And I've realized that when someone's showing you who they are, believe them. Stop trying to see the best in everyone, Anthea, because not everyone is out here for the best. And really, there was some quite deep life lessons through last year, actually. Some really deep life. Hasn't it been? It's like quite profound stuff that's come from it. But I would never regret or say I wish it hadn't happened, or I wish I didn't experience that. Because without that, and without that knowledge, without that experience, I wouldn't be able to understand different today, and I wouldn't be able to implement those experiences into my work as such, to be able to bring that and inspire others in a way, So I learned to really just stop talking, get on with it, do what I need to do. Don't need to tell people anything. People will judge you, and I've really learned to hear that judgment and not take it personally, Adam. Especially when you're trying to do good, people will try and bring you as far down as possible. So you really, I think I've learned there's been a lot of lessons. There've been a lot of lessons in a really good way. And I definitely learned that I do want to be here and I don't want to give up. And I do want to continue to build everything that I've got going, including the Mental Health Warriors. I do want to make a huge difference to this world. I do want to just like anytime I feel like that, I want to remind myself of the people around me. I've seen the support that I'm now surrounded by, and know that I can, it's okay. It's okay to reach out to the people that you know care about you. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay to just to be and enjoy this life and don't feel guilt for being happy, Adam. I've had a lot of people try to make me feel guilty when I'm going through certain things, to say, well, why are you smiling? Why are you still smiling? And I've learned that actually I don't, it's got nothing to do with anybody else. I will continue to smile because I like it. Exactly. It's my way of, it's just my way. And that's it. It's just who I am. And
Totally agree with you there. Totally agree. Who cares? And like I said in my podcast as well, if those people that judged me, bullied me, look at where I am now.
Right. Look where we are.
Look where we are. So for everyone that's judged us, not just me and Anthea, but everyone that's tuning in, all the warriors, because clearly they've all been bullied. We just want to say thanks. Because you've given us that opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to keep growing.
We are indeed. We're going to keep doing it. Just keep it going, baby. Keep it going. Yeah, and this is what I mean. It's, you just got to just know that there's a reason for all of us being here, Adam. Yeah. It's bigger than us. I said the other day, and I don't know if if people can relate to this, if you can resonate with this, but I feel that it just came to me. I was driving along and I felt this, the reason why we have experienced so much adversity is because God, the universe, the higher being, whatever you want to call it, knows that we can deal with it and what our true purpose is. So we are light to the world. We are angels in that sense. So we are given these quite harsh experiences to deal with, to be able to help other people awaken to their true power and for us to awaken to our true power. So without having those experiences, how would we really know our true power, Adam?
Yeah, exactly.
We wouldn't, would we? But that's why I think we've been given, and like we do have experienced what we've experienced because where we're sitting right now. How could we have these stories to tell? How could we inspire, empower people? Had you not had what happened the other day, had I not happened what happened a few months ago, there's so much that we could possibly, we could have just been sitting there like quite dry.
See, I think going back to that higher power, we've all got a higher power within ourselves. And I believe our biggest power is our lungs and our voice box. That's what I believe is our biggest power, because that's what mission we're on, is to get stories out there. And I always say, and I've even said it to Lucas and Tina as well, you were born with a voice box, so bloody well use it.
Use it, huh?
And if people tell you to stop, tell them to go, on your bike, son.
Yeah, and you know what? You just brought up a really good point there, because so many of us, and me included, were so scared to say how I felt to other people and how I was like, what they, what experiences that's happened, and I felt that I'd been disrespected or spoken to in the wrong way. So scared to say anything that I wouldn't say anything. Now that builds up inside you.
It does.
So you're so right in what you're saying, right? Yeah. Let it out and just say it. Don't be scared of what the other person thinks, because they weren't scared to say what they said to you.
I know. And this is what I mean, because for years growing up, I lived in silence and I was afraid to talk. And I'm admitting right now, as brilliant as she is, Kerry tried shutting me up on a few occasions. And I'm like, no, I lived in silence for years. And now I found my voice. No one is going to shut me up. No one.
And yes, and that's power. That is the inner power within you. That is the voice box. That is,
exactly.
That's our lungs, as you just said. It's everything. It's every part of our being that we can speak, and we can, like, we're here. We're able to, just like, now I can't speak.
Exactly. And that's how it goes. That's how it goes. See? And thing is, guys, Anthea was practically half asleep before we went live, and now look, she's awake. We woke her up.
You did. You woke me up completely. I was like, no. I actually asked Adam, can you see my eyes? Oh dear. It's brilliant. It is brilliant. So goal setting this year, intention setting, set your goals and don't give up. Don't give up. I'm going to give you a 6-step process that is in my is the YOLO system that I created a few years ago. And it's to define what you want. Yeah. Demand the details of what you want. And what I mean by that is really go into it. Like if it's a car, go into every little detail and really, really get a vision of what you want. So you define it, you really break it down, go into detail, commit to it. I'll just go through it again. Define, demand, commit, operate in accordance to it. So speak, act, and think in that direction. So if you want to get, let's say it's a house you're looking to get, you've got all the details of what you want. Now speak about it as if it's already happening, because it is happening. Don't let anybody put the doubt in your mind. Yeah. And if somebody tries to bring that doubt, go back to your vision and know and understand and really take on board what you've asked for, you shall receive. But if you got the if, buts, and maybes in between, it's not, you're literally blocking it from happening. So don't worry about how much the house costs. Don't worry about people are saying you don't have the money. How do you think you're going to do this? Or who do you think you are wanting that? Don't express it to people like that. Keep it to yourself and operate in that way and appreciate every step of the way as you go along. The tiniest little things, the fact that you got a drink, the fact that you got a mobile phone, anything, like whatever it is, appreciate every little step along the way. And then the 6th step is to wait. And I don't mean sit back and wait and just, things are just going to happen. Wait in patience. Know that you've planted the seed. You're watering that seed. You're doing everything in the right way that's going to help that seed grow, whether it's the house, the car, a lover, more money, more prosperity, your business growing. Don't care what the subject is. You are feeding it the right ingredients and just take those inspired actions and watch your desires come to life.
You know what? Thinking about that, we also, with those people who judge us, bullied us, picked on us, whoever, the reason we're saying thank you to them is because they actually helped us plant that seed. Why I say that is because our former warrior, Karen Unruh, stated we need shit in our lives for us to grow.
Yes, so I mean, we need shit in our lives for us to grow. Thank you to everyone anyone who tried to tell us we are shit or we don't know this, or I had someone tell me the other day that everything you've touched in your life has turned to shit. Sorry, here I am sitting here on Mental Health Warriors. This is not shit. This is inspiring to me, to Adam, to so many of us. So yeah.
Then you know what? And to that on that, I think we should do something. Obviously we can't do it next week. Well, on the because it's attitudes and mindset this week. So next week we can't do it because we've got a Warriors of Attraction special.
That's right. We have.
Yeah. So how about the one after that? So the attitude and mindset. We start talking about the 6 steps, or maybe you and Warriors of Attraction talk about each step. The 6 steps into success.
Yeah, why not? Let's do that.
We could do it weekly, we could do it fortnightly, entirely up to you.
Actually, that would be a good thing over. We'll do a 6-week process, and every week, if we did it weekly, then we can give everyone a week to do the homework of the first week to define, and I would take them, both of us can take them through, because I know that you get where I'm coming from and what I'm doing too. So we can take them through the process. Sorry, I'm just going to grab my phone because I dropped it. So I want to write the date in as well. That would be brilliant. Let's do that. Let's do that.
Yeah, because I know I'm not on attitudes of mindset, because it's you and Kerry Deval, your co-hosting that. So obviously, but if you want me to jump on that, then that's not a problem.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, maybe we could do. Well, it depends. If one of you is available and you can jump, and it's you that can jump on, then I'm not fussed if it's all 3 of us, if it's just 2 of us, but I definitely want to do your suggestion. I think that's a brilliant idea. Support people and let's get results. Let's see the results people get. Yeah, it'll be really cool. So yeah, jump on with us, Adam. Please do.
Okay. Fine, we'll do that. So, to wrap up this beautiful stream, just a little bit of housekeeping. Please tune in tonight, 8 p.m, when Dale Walsh is back with Straight Sane and Sober. I don't know who his guest is. I can't remember. But we're both back on Thursday, not on the same show. We've got Anthea on Attitudes of Mindset with Kerry Deval talking... and Liz Perez talking about gratitude. Yes, them 3 will be talking about gratitude. I will be, that's at 8 p.m. But before that, at 11 a.m. UK time, I'll be on the premiere. God help me. I'll be on the premiere of Man Cave Moments with Simon McDougall. I ain't got a clue what we're talking about. I'm probably being interviewed. So,
brilliant.
Yeah. Am I scared about it? Am I shitting myself? Yeah, a little bit, but hey, we're all good. Because I'm used to being the interviewer, not the interviewee. But who knows?
Well, this is how growth happens, huh? This is how growth happens, the uncomfortability. And even if you feel uncomfortable, just do it anyway, because that's where your growth takes place. And that's where the power sits, right?
Yes, because it's always good to step out of your comfort zone from time to time. So
yes.
So all I've got to say is thank you, Anthea. You've been absolutely amazing as usual. Thank you to everyone that's tuned in and tuning in on replay. We love you all, and we will see you tonight.
I want to say thank you, Adam, too. I want to say thank you, and thank you anybody who's watching. Thank you anyone who's watching on replay. And we're excited for this year. Our goal is to get 5,000 subscribers.
5,000 followers on Facebook and 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So please subscribe. Right.
Yes, let's get that 1,000. Let's hit that 1,000 mark. Let's go. So thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good day.